Hi gang, this is John McCririck and I want to welcome you to episode 10, that's net, episode 10 of the Ask Big Mac show. Now before I get started, every time I say this, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the one, YouTube channel, there it is. Now Booby, let's get on with the show. What's the first question? And make it really hard. Stretch my brain. Come on Booby, stretch it!
First question from F. Shaw from Twitter asks, given your age, you will have seen some top flat jockeys. On the news of the sad passing of Pat Eddery, where would he rate?
Well, Frank, what I will say this is that I wasn't alive to see Fred Archer, so whatever you think about my age, but whatever you think about anybody's age, the record speaks for itself. Ridden more winners than any other jockey apart from Sir Gordon Richards. And Pat Eddery was very taciturn, a quiet man, but in the saddle he rode the same race, the same kind of race, absolutely nerveless, if it was the Derby or the Arc de Triomphe or the Breeders' Cup or a Cellar or a Maiden, whatever it is, Pat Eddery rode that kind of race. He was a natural horseman, tremendous strength, instinctive style, not phlegmatic. I think overuse of the whip you could criticise Pat for doing, but that was in his era, it was allowed. But Pat Eddery really sadly missed, and on the pantheon of jockeys, you'll certainly remember the name of P. Eddery, who's left us, of course, far too early. Someone who didn't leave maybe too early was Sir Peter O'Sullivan, who died recently, and last week in London at the Dorchester, they had I think the 18th Sir Peter O'Sullivan lunch. Is absolutely tremendous, and named after animal welfare charities, benefits so much from what Sir Peter did. Great glittering occasion, and they're going to continue in a sort of memory of the great man. And I've been to quite a few of them, and every person seemed to be greeted by Sir Peter. Hundreds turned up at the Dorchester to be greeted by Sir Peter, and not having him there, it really is. It was a sort of an emotional gathering of those who admired him, the voice of racing. So we've lost two of the giants of the game in the last few weeks, Sir Peter O'Sullivan and Pat Eddery, but there we are. It's a difficult time. Booby, question number 2.
We'll move on to Keith Fryatt, question 2, on Facebook, who asks, who do you think will win the Premier League this season, John? Do you think Sunderland will go down?
Well, I hope Soppy Sunderland go down, but seeing them a few days ago when they absolutely scraped a result out against Crystal Palace, they won 1-0, and how Defoe scored then and was allowed to score, absolutely terrible. But the whole season for us is now a relegation doom battle that we're having to fight, and all we're interested in results, how the Villa, Bournemouth and Soppy Sunderland get on. Newcastle, we're in the relegation fight. Let's hope we can escape once again. It's no good going the reasons and why. I always say that I should take over as director of football, that we should have Alan Shearer as the manager, or I'll put a new name in the frame, Sam Dyche from Burnley. I think he's the kind of character who could lift Newcastle, but away the lads, and we keep the faith and we just hope for the best. But as to who's going to win the title, well, we hope that Liverpool don't, for goodness sake. We can't stand them. Chelsea have got no chance. Arsenal are sort of off and on, aren't they? I think the team best qualified for it are Man City. But what about good old Leicester, the way they keep going? And they beat the two the other day as well. I suppose Man City, if you had to have a tip now, you'd say Man City to go and do it over Man United and the Arsenal, but you never know. But I love Leicester to go and win. It'd be absolutely fantastic if they could keep going. But we've got to somehow keep them out of that dreaded relegation drop. But to Newcastle United to be relegated, it takes so much out of me, the stress, so I can't bear it. Booby, next question.
Third and final question from Ian Dawson on Facebook, who asks, how do you never see a jockey with a beard, John?
Yeah, a lot of people ask that. It's a good question. The Jockey Club don't approve of it. So they almost say in the rules that you've got to be presentable and virtually clean-shaven and all that sort of thing. But I do remember that they had a charity back in, I think it was 2009, I think it was 2009. And Andrew Thornton got a terrific moustache for a charity, and other jockeys did as well. So there's no reason, as far as riding ability or interfering with you, or you're not able to ride as well, or you ride better with a moustache or a beard. That doesn't come into it. I think it's the appearance you give, and the authorities very look down on people who have beards and moustache, like Margaret Thatcher did. she hated people who had beards and that sort of thing. She always got them to shave them off. So there is a prejudice against beards, and I suppose from the upper echelons of the Jockey Club that filters down. I have no objection to it at all, but as long as they don't ban sideburns. Sideburns really are good. I take these on and off every night. It'd be terrible if I wasn't able to go out with my sideburns, but then I'm not ruled by the Jockey Club. So that's the thank you for watching. That's the outro of my show, and make sure you subscribe though on the YouTube channel. I'll keep on saying that, and keep sending in your questions on Twitter at Real McCririck, and Facebook Real McCririck by adding a hashtag AskBigMac. And if I didn't answer your question this week, as I keep on saying, it might be next week, send them in. They're always great fun, but don't make them too difficult, and don't use very many long words. The booby has to read them out.